We all know the feeling of being completely paralyzed by anxiety. You're sitting in a dead silent room, staring down a test or a life-altering decision, and your hands start to shake. You feel entirely isolated. The immediate human response is to reach out for a lifeline. You might send a quick text asking a friend to pray for you, a normal interaction that brings the comfort of knowing someone else is pulling for you. But in certain Christian traditions, a student in that same situation might take a different step. They might quietly ask a historical saint, someone who died centuries ago, to pray for them too. To an observer, this raises a sharp question. If Christian theology dictates that God is all-hearing and that Jesus is the sole bridge to heaven, why bring a historical figure into the conversation? At a glance, it can look like the Creator is being treated as distant or insufficient. While that tension is real, it often stems from a misunderstanding of a single Arabic word, El-Shafa'a, or intercession. At its linguistic core, El-Shafa'a means mediation, stepping in to request help on behalf of someone else. But theologically, that concept branches into two completely separate categories. The first is expiatory intercession, or Shafa'a Kafariya. This is a strict legal definition. It refers to the act of paying a vital debt or atoning for a crime on someone else's behalf. Historical texts place a hard guardrail here. Under expiatory intercession, the doctrine isolates this power. It specifies only Jesus Christ can perform this mediation. He stands alone between human error and divine justice, offering a sacrifice no other human could provide. No saint, angel, or living person can cross into this territory. In this specific legal sense, Christ is the exclusive mediator. Further down the page, we find the second branch, Supplicatory Intercession, or Shafa'a Tawasuliya. This translates simply to pleading or praying on someone's behalf. Asking a saint for this type of intercession is mechanically identical to asking a living friend to pray for you. It is a request for a peer to speak to God on your behalf. This follows an ancient model. In the Old Testament, Abraham is shown with hands raised, pleading for the people of Sodom, a clear example of a human successfully petitioning God. The New Testament continues this logic. In lists of biblical precedents, scholars point to the Virgin Mary's intervention at the Wedding of Cana as a moment where a human request prompted divine action. The guardrails here are clear. In this practice, believers are not worshiping the saints or using them as a replacement for a direct relationship with God. Saints are viewed as highly honored friends of God. Asking for their supplicatory intercession utilizes the strength of a righteous community to amplify a request toward the Creator. If God can hear everyone directly, it's worth asking why a system of mutual mediation exists in the first place. The answer lies in the concept of the one body, the idea that the earthly and heavenly churches are a single, undivided living organism. In this ecosystem, death does not sever empathy. Just as a physical body shares a burden across all its limbs, the spiritual body shares burdens across the barrier of the grave. This structure relies on the constant act of asking for help. By making intercession a communal effort, the theology reinforces the idea that a believer's own strength is secondary to the support of the wider body. Ultimately, intercession functions as an enduring expression of love. It serves as a structural assurance that no believer is ever required to face their battles in isolation.